It's Guido coming at you with the Tactics Talker. Welcome back, everybody, and thanks for tuning in. Today we have Slabski is back from Clan Cred in his JPZ-4. Look at this little TD. He's got some Chinese dragon action on the side right there. It's all decked out. He's got some kind of baby on board, or I don't know what that is, electrical, some guy getting electrocuted or some such thing. We are here on Malnovka Prakovka Dorf, Himmelsdorf, Malin. Snoranovka, as they say, and Slabski is going to have a big game. Going to have a big game. And I haven't seen this, so I want to see how he gets to that big game. When you have a large damage game in a Tier 6 tank, and he happens to be in a Tier 6 and 7 battle, so he's bottom tier, but only one down, it means you shotted a lot. Oh, shoot that guy. Yeah, there you go. M6. Okay, boom. Oh, that's a miss. He's going to need more lead. He's going to get this other dude. This other guy's going to be exposed for longer. Plop. Oh, that's over his head. Alright, we got to start hitting if we're going to have the big game. Need some lead fire, my friend. There you go, that's better. Oh, that was waiting a little too long right there. So that's our first damage for 227. It's actually not bad damage for a TD with this thing. Is it 200 or 220? It's 220. So maybe sneak another one on that poor guy. Oh, we did hit him, but we got the ricochet. So two M6s headed up the hill. They're in platoon, and they exposed themselves a bit. So they ate some shots. And Slabski's getting some nice spotting. Look where the T-37 is. I just want to point this out, my friends. Not an easy spot to get to without being lit. This is a lower tier battle, but that bush can be used by small lights that can get into it without being spotted. Kind of tricky if you come along this open spot and somebody with view range is already up in here or getting there about the same time. Sometimes you can be spotted coming up and over. If somebody's over here, they may catch you in this low spot if you're not quite hidden. So it is a relatively high risk, and I'm going to call it moderate reward position. We have a lot of SA about what went up the hill, but as you can see, the shots there, if people aren't stupid, are not great. So artillery and a couple sneaky shots, and really if those guys had not come so far, I guess, to the east on their travel up this hill right here, if they no kidding had faded a little farther north, they wouldn't have been shot, but they were silly and got themselves lit. In addition to that, Slabski was able to sit there taking shots without getting spotted. This tells me more than likely there's nobody with any kind of real view range or nobody at all that came up onto the corollary position across from them to the north. So take all that stuff into account when you're getting into positions. Think about where you can be spotted from, where you're going to have shots to, and adjust accordingly. Now, interesting that Slabski's team has not taken the hill or really made an effort. They're also Camp Alama Ding Dang, and they've just already been pushed into about a third of the map right off the bat. It's early. They've lost 2 tanks, so losing that much map at the moment isn't critical, especially if the enemy team makes a mistake. But all else being equal, I would rather have not lost so much map this early. Let's see how it goes. I have a feeling that maybe the enemy team's going to do a little too much pushing and get beat up. So Slabski turns and starts shooting at the 100M1. That is a very dangerous tank at this tier. You can't shoot into its side. These two M6s, wow. I'm not sure. I think if we looked at their stats, they're probably new players or not very good players at both. Because absolutely do not highlight yourself up top like they are doing. I don't understand why they're not. There we go. Oh boy. Oh boy. It has to be said that there was no apparent recognition of the problem while the problem was happening. There was certainly no recognition that it was going to be a problem when they positioned themselves there, and then there did not appear to be any reaction to said problem when it started to affect them. That was very interesting. Oh man, that's what you gotta love. It's lower tier, right? So they have a Tiger 1 up there, dangerous foe. He's got 1,500 hit points. They did even it up a little bit. We're down to 3 to 4. The push into the cap is kind of starting to win. That attrition battle over there is going the way of the purples. And Slabski drives out. This is interesting. Okay. So what did we learn by this little maneuver right here, my friends? For whatever reason, hard to tell, there is nobody up in this spotting position for the purple team. That kind of blows my mind. Very rarely does that happen. Maybe he considered that to be true because he shot so much from over here and didn't get spotted. And we just proved it once again by driving out in the open. There's also nobody in this spotting bush down here. or anywhere in this lower area, at least at the moment. Very interesting. Slapsky spins around because he sees some guys over here. They're maybe out in the open. Yeah, it looks like it. Kind of hanging out behind the last building right there. I might have taken a blind shot into the back, right where that guy that was lit was. We gonna do it? No? Yeah, we did. Alright, there we go. I don't know if I'd take two, but especially as I am shooting APCR at the moment, try to think about going to AP on some of those blind shots like that. Looks like maybe he's considering coming up here. The Tiger's making a runner, or at least he's fallen back to there. Looks like Slapsy's at the T-29. Yeah, the T-29. Little creeper is creeping up. Oh, we found somebody. There is somebody over there. There's no, wait a minute. Oh, there's two Tiger ones. What on earth? I didn't notice if he was lit already, but one can only assume that this guy was hanging out at the cap for quite a long time. Somebody's got him lit. I guess the Leo or the ARL. And we can just own this guy. Oh, that's a bummer. Looking around. Yeah, you were fine. You were in the right spot. You just didn't get a pen on that one. Or it hit somewhere odd. There you go. So you're going to absolutely murder this guy unless he gets into cover, which he's trying to. Scooch forward and get... There you go. Yep, get him lit. Back. Very nicely done. Well done with the bushes. See what he did? He moved forward so he could see him. Backed up so that the bushes go opaque. Now he can sit there and shoot all day. Very nice. Very well done. We're up to 2,200 damage, guys. Just absolutely farmed that poor Tiger. Just FYI for any of the new players, that is an atrociously bad place to take your heavy. There almost no time in this on this map would there be the good idea of driving in this particular swampy area. This whole ridge line up here just absolutely owns it. So does, to some extent, guys up here hiding out behind the buildings. Really, the only time you might even consider using this is if you knew exactly where all the enemies were and time was of the essence, i.e. you were trying to get across to the other cap, but you didn't want to drive across the open field, then that's maybe an option. But otherwise, very few reasons to drive your heavy tank down into that part of the map. As you can see, that's the most likely result, is you're going to get farmed. Alright, the cap basically has fallen in terms of defenders. So Slapsky's going to come up here. This is not a bad position. It's easy to get lit once you start shooting, but you can kind of keep an eye on what's going on. Be nice if we could catch the AC out or gun down a couple of these mediums, but they've got 3 mediums behind him, and it looks like, unfortunately, the hill is losing. We find the AC. He's out in the open. This is probably going to get us lit if we fire. Unfortunate. Did not get lit. Alright, he backs up just a bit. Very interesting. So that guy did not have very good view range. You can notice he was pretty well inside. T-78 coming from the other direction now. And the enemy Tiger with a decent amount of hit points has basically punched through. Now we're in a tough spot because once we get lit here, which is going to absolutely happen this time, we're going to get shot in the back. I don't know, Slapsky, to be honest, maybe a push forward into this dip to keep yourself from being shot in the back. We'll see if you actually do get shot in the back. Might have been a better idea, and I think you probably could have taken on the T-78 a little better from that position. All right, there's a shot that came in but missed you. And you might have just figured that out. Oh, yeah, we take 2, but we bounce 1. There you go. All right, so there you have it. Initially, that might have been a good spot to go. I think you push the T-78 because you absolutely have to get rid of this guy. Unfortunately, the Tiger's on your side. Maybe just auto-aim and start blasting this guy. Nice. There we go. Exactly. All right, so now what? We just killed him. This is going to be quite the slog. There is a Su-100 up top. We don't have a lot of great options. One is to spin and just fight as best we can. I don't think we... Well, maybe we do have a shot just barely on that Tiger. Also, maybe we can get the 30-45 to kill him. So your best bet probably is to spin and fight, but let's see what he does. He does, but he's going to use some of the cover from this dead guy. Oh, we take 2 big hits. A bounce is no bueno. Is this the end? Oh, he dies before he can get us. You got him? Oh, you're tracked. Ow! Engine, actually, not tracked. And we die. 2,763. I believe this is a 3,000 damage game, so he got some blind shots in there as well that did damage. Really nicely done there. At the end, this was a pretty good spot for most of your fight. Became a bit of a... I don't know what the word is, a bit of a liability, I guess, in terms of positioning, because once your 6 o'clock fell and they started to come from the other side, That's the spotting system in this game. Trying to fight from 2 or 3 different directions is very difficult. And I thought the initial move forward was good. I might have just charged the T-78 and continued. Still, though, the Jackson hasn't even been lit, so there's still a Jackson hanging out, and who knows? He's probably down at the cap or some such thing. Who knows what he's doing? But nicely done overall, man. Lots of shots, got a lot of damage in there. Wasn't as close, I think, as it looked like on the card when I was watching it. I was thinking, oh man, he almost won that one with the amount of damage. But take a look at the amount of damage the rest of his team did not do, and it becomes very clear what happened right here. But thanks for sending that in, Slapsky. That was fun. With the old JPZ4, you don't see a whole lot of people playing it, and you certainly don't see a lot of people doing $3 grand of damage with it. That's all I've got. You guys have a good one. We will see you.